Definitely. Before I let you go, it's kind of off subject, but you've been in martial arts, like you said, 16 years. Ronda Rousey recently said after the Holly Holm loss, she kind of played a suicide. Is that, when you look at a fighter's psyche after their first loss, man, how do you gauge that? Because that's kind of out there for someone suffering just one loss.
Yeah, but she comes from a culture of excellence, a family of excellence. Her mom was a medalist, in the Olympics in judo, and I think there was a lot of pressure. There was a lot of, focused development on her becoming a champion. So I can certainly see why, all would be lost after you've lost, especially after the build-up and everything that's been, offered to her and everything that she's earned and just the whole progression of her stardom. I can see why she would feel like all would be lost.
Yeah.
Because nothing feels worse than to get your ass kicked, and nothing feels worse than to, lose. But to have that type of background and growing up, and then to reach that high, and then to lose. I grew up in the streets. I never had anything, so losing it sucked. But for me, if I lost, I was done.
Yeah.
So for me, it was life and death, and I was putting it on every single time. And I just think she came from a different lifestyle, to where that was the first moment where she was like, wow. This is life or death. But us old timers, I mean, that's how we made the sport. You go in, we didn't know anything, and you put your life on the line, and then you win, and that feeling, that's what keeps you going. That's what makes you invincible. And when you lose, that's the moment where you question. But all champions get up and they go back, and that's what we'll see. We'll see what. I think she's a champion. I think she'll come back, and if she doesn't come back in the fighting, I think she'll come back in another way competitively, so she can fulfill that, that thing. Her goal was to win a gold medal in the Olympics. She's won gold, belts, won championships. And if the desire is still there, I think she'll win something else.
Last question, Frank. What do you see as the biggest difference between back in the day when you guys were pioneering this thing and kind of getting it started, as opposed to now where it's, it's mainstream?
Well, I look at it like technology. We didn't have a lot of technology. We didn't have a lot of information. I mean, I literally went around with notebooks and wrote this crap down. And the sport's evolved. Everything has gotten better. So the athlete now has, the full style is there. It's ready. It's waiting. The athletic development. Everybody gets it and understands it. This sport has just evolved so much bigger and so much better than when, we were there. And granted, we were the top athletes of the time. This is a new generation. This is a new era of athlete with 20 years of science and technology that they can sit down and study it. And back in the day, it was a nerd like me sitting in the gym with a notebook, asking questions. They don't have to. And you can turn that into a career, a brand, an opportunity, be willing to get out there and turn it on. This is the sport that makes the money.
It's an honor speaking to you, man. Best of luck in everything you're doing. Anything before I let you go, Frank?
No, just if you have a chance in your community, do some charity work, because that's what makes all of this complete, when you can give back a little bit after your success.
Thanks, man.